So why should you do video? 36% of buyers, according to the National Association of REALTORS, ranked video as a top tool that they used in the home search process. So whether you work with sellers or whether you work with buyers, you want to make sure you're catering to this. All right, welcome to the 121% podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time here, a great big warm welcome back. I'm Kevin.
Hey, I'm Gavin Hatcher. I'm the Chief Success Officer.
I'm Todd Leidy, the Digital Marketing Manager.
Video is so important in real estate. It allows you to communicate who you are and show who you are, right? We can write blogs. You can put a good bio together. You can do all that stuff, but your personality is what people are going to embrace.
Yep.
And so how can you do that? Well, video.
Yep.
And so why should you do video? 36% of buyers, according to the National Association of REALTORS, ranked video as a top tool that they used in the home search process. So whether you work with sellers or whether you work with buyers, you want to make sure you're catering to this. I will say, too, if you've ever heard of Jared James, we were at the FLA 21 event in Marco Island a couple years ago, and he asked for a show of hands. There's about 600 people in the room. Who here thinks you should be doing video? And every hand went up. And he's like, all right, who's actually posted a video in the last week? And there's like 2 or 3 hands went up in the entire room. And he's like, so, all right, show of hands if you don't do video because you don't like the way you look on video. Every hand went up. Okay, hands back down. Raise your hand now if you don't do video because you don't like the way you sound on video. Hands went back up because, well, I have earth-shattering news for you. You look and you sound on video like you look and sound to everyone else in real life. So unless you're living under the covers, get over it.
Exactly.
So that is the best advice I can give you. I mean, even for us doing this podcast, putting it up on YouTube, some of the other videos that we've done, it takes a bit of doing it before the weirdness wears off. And I don't think ever gets completely unweird, right? You're talking to a lens. Yeah. But you got to get more, you get more and more comfortable. You just got to do it. Stop making the excuse.
I just don't watch my work. I've always said, I'm like Harrison Ford. I don't watch my work.
Maggie Smith from Sister Act and Harry Potter. She's also in the Downton Abbey series. They were interviewing her recently about her work on the Downton Abbey movie a couple years ago, and the interviewer it was a wonderful movie. I really enjoyed it. She goes, "Oh, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have never seen it." And she's like, "Oh no, I don't understand why people want to watch me. I'm wretched on film." And it was just hilarious. Like she goes, "I just don't understand why people pay money to see me, but if they do, I'll take it." I just you love her wit.
There you go.
But yeah, so. That's that. So we wanted to kind of help you. If you're not doing video on a regular basis, we wanted to kind of put together a top 5 list of the types of videos that you should be doing. And there's more, but this is like the first kind of core 5. And we'll dive into this a lot more in future episodes. But the first one is pretty obvious, I think. We're in real estate. Listing videos. They're important.
Oh, big time.
There's a gentleman named Jordan Dennis with Century 21 Blue Marlin Pelican up in the Panhandle. And what I love about his listing videos is that every single one of them is different. What you see in the video of Jordan Dennis is what you get in the real life when you meet Jordan Dennis. He loves his heavy metal. He's a big Metallica fan. He's a former Marine. But what you see and just how he interacts with you is exactly genuine how you get Jordan Dennis out of there. And everyone is like, "Oh, you're not gonna believe this. You gotta come check this out." And he actually walks you through with no cuts.
Oh, wow.
Right? So he has the camera person following him in, and it's just his excitement comes through about this listing. Oh, wait till you see this. Oh, wait, I gotta show you this. Oh, isn't this amazing? And he does a real good job of just being himself. And if people are using you in real estate, just be yourself because they like that.
Yeah.
Don't try to be something different.
Well, people are going to work with people they trust and they like.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they can look at your sales all day long. They can look at things like that and see, what you've done in the market. But they're going to work with you because they like and they trust you.
One of the cool ways to know what you should be excited about and what you should probably think about communicating. It's not always the case.
No.
But ask the seller, what do they love most about their house? Because they'll tell you all day long.
Oh, and you may have missed it as well. It might be
Right.
something that's not completely obvious to you.
Yep. And then that's something you could, make sure you call out and feature in the video. I mean, if it's let's just say, oh, we love being close to the airport. You can hear the airplanes engine roaring as they take off. I wouldn't necessarily call that out, because there's going to be far fewer people that like the roar of the jet engine at, 2 a.m. than others. But, there's that. And also get creative with the listing videos. You always do like a live tour the day the property is going live. Do a virtual open house and just kind of walk through. What we talked about this in one of the videos we did on you can check out on our YouTube channel about our tips for virtual showings. This applies here. Check your signal strength. If your signal strength sucks at the listing, and walk the entire house first to make sure you have good signal strength in every bedroom. Then if it sucks, do one recorded. And then upload it. But if you have good strength, go ahead and just walk through, do it live, and get those. Hopefully you get some interaction. Schedule ahead of time that you're going to be going live a couple of days in advance. So that way you try to get some people interacting with it right away. What's your next suggestion, Todd?
So neighborhood review videos are awesome. So instead of just selling the home, take the opportunity to actually sell the neighborhood. Do a little walk down to the park that's close by, or the shopping district that's close by, or maybe a popular restaurant that people eat there. Definitely just indulge them in the community as much as you can, besides the four walls that you're selling them.
Well, I would even say these should be separate from a listing video, right?
Oh.
Because if you're going to highlight the community so you can build, you want to highlight your farm area.
Yeah.
So if you're selling, the downtown area, then maybe the farmer's market would be a good thing to
On Lake Eola, yeah, big time.
So you want to highlight what it's like to live in that community, in that neighborhood, not necessarily just for that listing, because it will help you get listings, right?
Definitely.
And then create landing pages on your site with that video, then load in the listings that are available in that neighborhood area, and create and just have a goal of, I'm going to create X per, maybe 1 or 2 per month, and just keep building.
Yeah, it gives the consumer an idea of what it's going to be like to live in that community.
What's the experience? Because each community has that distinctive identity.
Yeah.
We're here in Central Florida. What it's like to live in Orlando is it's a different lifestyle than it is in Cocoa, than it is in Tampa, than it is in St. Pete.
Oh, big time.
All within a 2.5 hour drive from end to end. It's a completely different lifestyle, experience, mentality, everything. They're all wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I like Orlando. It's different, and you want to be able to highlight that so people can see where they identify with. It's so important. But so you want to make sure you get out there and really focus on those communities. Gavin, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, highlight local businesses and events as well.
That's a good one.
Local businesses and events. So obviously it depends. You can go around and check out the neighborhood, let them know what's going on. Like Lake Eola, I live downtown. In Orlando. I live right there on Lake Eola. We have the farmers market. There's music events. There's a big amphitheater right on the lake there where they've been putting on musicals just recently with a local theater company. So there's all that kind of stuff going on downtown. So if that's the kind of thing you want, you can highlight those kind of things.
Yeah, just attend it and give a simple review on your, on one of your social pages, what you thought of it, upcoming events to check out in the area too. Just a simple way to engage with your community.
Yeah, I mean, those things are so evergreen, right? So I would recommend in the very beginning working on the ones that, it's something that's there year round. And once you have a good, staple of content that's, year round businesses, then start diving into things like, what's coming up on 4th of July, where can you watch the fireworks at? Or
From my place.
So one of my other suggestions is customer testimonial videos, and getting them to, ask your customer, not just go to Google or go to Zillow or your Facebook page, but actually see if they're willing to do a quick video and tell what the experience was like working with you. It's so important.
Yeah, definitely. Leverage your previous happy customers. Definitely.
Happy customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't leverage them if they weren't happy, and if they weren't happy, find a new career.
And it
right?
doesn't have to
exactly.
be long. You know, have a script written up, a few questions that you want to ask. You know, every happy customer that you can get to do a testimonial. You know, just repeat that and get it down to where you're comfortable, and starts there.
Or I'll say too, I have found my favorite testimonial video that I did as an agent. I was doing the same thing. I had my questions I was asking everybody. Then I would always ask this one question: anything else you want to say? And most of them's like, no, I think we got it covered. Then this one guy, Patrick, he unloaded, and it was just, after the end, I'm like, everything else we recorded before that, and cut it and put it on the, it's done. That, you know, so sometimes just letting them talk, and you'll be surprised how much they actually do love you, because at that point, and the best time to get a testimonial review is after they're under contract.
I like that.
It's true. We think about the entire real estate experience up until you're under contract. You have full control of their experience.
Yep.
After they're under contract, now you're including appraisers, inspectors, contract trades, title companies. Everybody else is going to come in, and maybe they don't deliver the same experience that you do, and can screw it up. So that's the best time to ask for test. That's the emotional high.
Yeah.
You know, now if everything else goes well beyond that, if it's a great smooth experience, which, you know, for us, our agents,
It's always is.
then of course there's an extra emotional high when they go into the house, if it's a buyer, for example. But the true emotional high is they've done it, right? They're in the buyer's mind, they're like, it's down, we're good now. We've got the house. Can we move in tomorrow? Like, no, we have to close.
No, we have this.
We'll get there.
There's a couple of extra steps.
Really?
Yeah.
And the last one is real estate expertise highlights. I tell students all the time at the real estate school that, what do we sell?
Experience. Expertise.
We get all that. Right? The experience. We're selling dreams. We're selling houses. We're selling. I mean, the list. It's fun to get, because it's the same list every single class, right? Yep. And I always equate it to when I was in hotels. I'm like, what do we sell here at the Hilton or the Marriott or the Intercon, whatever hotel you're at, right? What do we sell? And the team members in hotels are amazing hospitality. Oh, it's the experience. It's the luxury. It's this. No, we rent used beds.
Yep.
We are charging a couple $100 for someone to go sleep in a bed that literally 12 hours ago someone was doing the hanky panky in.
I don't even want to think. Yeah.
Because I know, right? So it's for us it's about our expertise.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to highlight that in order to demonstrate to a future customer that they should become our customer.
Yep.
And they should work with us. So one of the first ones is, we all get the same questions every time. So you have a couple of choices. You can answer those questions every single time, or you can create an FAQ video series. And take that and share it across social, and maybe it's FAQ Friday, because buyers like to search on weekends, right? FAQ Friday, and every Friday you answer a question. And then invite people, if you have a question you'd like me to answer, put it in the comments below or send us an email and we'll answer it.
There you go.
So then you start to get some interactivity with that. And it really does help. Explaining the buying and selling process. If someone's bought a house before, they get it. If someone's sold a house before, they get it. But first-time home buyers and first-time home sellers, that's a stressful process. Explain the process to them, and create a series of 8-10 videos that are short, 60 to 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And explain it in the most simplest of terms. Use everyday lingo. Don't use any real estate. Don't say CMA and all the other stuff that's unique to our industry. Let them know. What we're gonna do is determine how much that house is worth by comparing it to other sales of homes that are very similar to it. Instead of using CMA.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another option.
Yeah, you're going to make them feel comfortable that way, and take the fear and the unknown out.
I hate unknown.
The fear of the unknown. Exactly.
I'm going through that now with the insurance companies and everything with the car, right? It's like the unknown, the not knowing about everything is the most stressful part.
Yeah. I mean, some people are totally the other way. They're just like, yeah, whatever. You tell me what to do, I'm good. But the majority of the people, they want to know what's going to happen step by step.
It's the biggest purchase of their life.
Exactly.
You know, it's scary. They're about to go into debt for hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially.
Yep.
On for a buyer. So my other favorite ones I love with these real estate myth busters, fact versus fiction, because so many people don't realize that like you don't have to put 20% down to get a house.
Yeah.
Right? They don't understand how much money they're losing when they use these iBuyers, like when they go to a Zillow or to an Open Door or an OfferPad, how much money they're getting screwed out of. The way that make it sound is nice and pretty, it's stress-free. Yeah, there's a cost for no showings.
There's a cost for everything.
You know, and we just had recently a seller who's got it, her offer pad on the top line was good. By the time they worked all the numbers out and they got into the details, they were only going to net about $320. We got them to net $370.
There you go.
A $50,000 difference. So, highlight some mythbusters, right? Those are good because if you can help someone save money, if you can help someone take some stress out of their life, it's huge.
It's huge. Well, that's what we're here for.
Right. So that's a great video to show and it doesn't need to be long. These don't need to be world-class productions. You don't need to be cutting and splicing. Be authentic, be genuine. In the real world, if you stumble your words, you don't say, sorry, cut. I'm going to come back and we're going to start all over again.
We did that earlier, right at the start.
We continue on and do what we do. So, you just be you.
Exactly.
Right? And the last one, real estate lingo. There's a lot of terms. What's an appraisal? Right? What's a home inspection? What's a WDO report? What's
what's a wind mit?
What's a wind mitigation report? What's a 4-point?
What's a 4-point? Yeah.
So some of the terms they're going to come up with: pre-listing inspection, right? Closing costs, pity payment. Wait, go over some of the stuff that these terms that they're going to experience, and that can be in a form of a Canva graphic, and then a video with it. And that's just great content, and it also helps with your SEO.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So those are our 5. So we have listing videos, neighborhood review videos or highlight videos, local businesses and events. We also forgot to mention market updates, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So become that expert. Make sure you're studying the market. You know what's going on, how many
That's really important.
Homes full. We release one every month for both the Orlando and or the Central Florida, I should say, and Greater Tampa markets. The testimonial videos, and of course, real estate expertise highlights. So, what are the thoughts? Talk a little bit, Todd. Video, what can they do to get over the hurdle of I'm scared? I don't know what to do.
Well, basically, you just kind of got to face your fear, and just start small. Don't try and overload yourself with too many topics or whatever. Focus on what you know. Film yourself doing it. Watch it. If you don't feel comfortable, film it again. There's a lot of simple tools out here. If you have an iPhone, there's iMovie editing tools. It's basically
free.
Yeah, free. Dummy down to where it doesn't take much technical ability to actually use the app. And then you just upload that to your social media platform. Reshoot. Just the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it. So everyone's nervous in the beginning. I'm still getting a little nervous in these podcasts.
That's why I went to you. Yeah. I still have his first day. We're like, hey, let's do a podcast. Yeah. What do you mean?
Whoa.
Wait, there's video. I'm like, I know.
Still working on it.
Well, that's the thing with if you've got an iPhone as well, or there's apps on there that actually have teleprompters.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you can write yourself out a script.
Yep, write a script,
get it on there, and just film yourself, and you've got it all in front of you. So even if you stumble over your words, it's all there in front of you.
Yep,
so,
and it doesn't.
And they're free.
Yeah, and when you're doing consumer videos, my goal would be to do that as little as possible. Just look at the camera. Look at the camera and pretend that's a person, and just have a conversation with them. Okay. We talk to ourselves all the time. I mean, you really talk to yourself a lot, but talk to the camera as if that's a person. And actually, I was watching a video, one of my the YouTube influencers I follow in video last night, and that was one thing. It's like, here's his 7 pro tips on how to be more comfortable shooting video, and he walks around with a Canon EOS R on a little selfie rod, not a full stick, right, but just something to hold it. So he's out skateboarding and doing all this crazy stuff with this, and I'm like, okay,
There you go.
and he said it took him about a year before it wasn't completely weird on camera. The year 2 was somewhat weird, and now it's a little weird, but it doesn't
Just
bother
get over
him.
it.
Yeah.
It's a rip the Band-Aid off
It is.
moment. It really is. And like we were saying right at the beginning, this is how we sound. This is how we look. So
Can't change.
We
you can't change it, unfortunately.
we sound. If you want to know how you sound, record yourself and then listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you sound, not how when I'm talking right now. I hear my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I sound to you,
No.
because the reverberations in our sinus cavities and such, that it changes. It deepens our voice a bit.
It does.
So
Because I don't feel I can hear myself through the headphones through the microphone right now, and I don't think when I've got this all off.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't think
Well,
I
you don't
sound
sound
this
like
deep.
you're not, because you're hearing the reverberation and this right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. We sound different when we play it back.
Yeah.
You sound like Mickey Mouse in real life. That's how
Of
high
course.
pitched you are. Yeah. You don't need to do
How's
that.
me doughboy?
You're already there. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
understand,
there.
If you've enjoyed this show, please do us a great big favor. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, give us a review. If you're watching us on YouTube, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the like button and turn the little bell. Click the bell so that when we do upload new videos, you will be notified. Go out there every day, do what you do, defy mediocrity, deliver extraordinary experiences for your customers, your buyers, your sellers, and whatever you do every day, give it 121%. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. Have a great day.